Trustless Degens, which means, of course, we've got our host, Satoshi, Rex Satoshi. Oh, excuse me. Was it only... Wow, now I'm confused, honestly. It was a Fairweather name, like when I said it. Wow.
Got you there.
I don't even know you anymore. Who are you?
Satoshi, that's me.
You're not Rex Satoshi.
I'm brand new. I'm acting brand new today.
We also have Money Match Gaming co-founder The Infinite here with us today.
Deuce.
We're trying to bring him back. We're trying to what would you call it? I guess it's the orange pill. We're trying to orange pill them. That's what they call it when you Bitcoin somebody, when you make them all crypto lovey-dovey. Gonna orange pill you. Yeah. This is the orange pill community.
I've heard that people like it more when it's not just me and Smurf on the podcast. So
okay.
I'm not saying that they like you, Infinite. I'm just saying that they like it more when it's not me and him.
I'll be rubbing the feet in crypto, Come on now.
Hey, you rub too. It's not just whoa. This man's talking rubbing feet. All right.
I mean, from time to time,
I'm just speaking like it is, man. And if those are dainty feet, then they're dainty feet. Anyway, how's everybody feeling about the market this week? We're gonna start every stream off of this. Like, how are you feeling about the market? Let's start with our resident normie, soon to be orange pillar, The Infinite.
Okay. Same way I always do. I still think we're in for trouble. I'm still waiting for some things to go sideways. It just makes sense with the current environment that we're in and kind of globalization in many ways seeming to kind of be failing. That's some of the information I'm taking in, listening to podcasts, reading about things. And, we kind of seem like we're bound for trouble. And, that's kind of just the way life is. It's not always going to be this perfect this or that, and, I'm just waiting for it to resettle because,
the last time we were in for trouble was a very prosperous time for people that were quote unquote in the market. Just saying.
I mean, people always get rich in these situations. I'm not saying that you can't win. I'm just saying that, a lot of people are probably going to be hurting, and it just makes sense. It just makes sense, Energy crises, foods, famines, these things kind of always happen, but, it just seems to be kind of rising up, across the board.
All right, so Infinite with a little bit of a bearish view, I would say. He's feeling a little bearish. Satoshi? I can't even with you.
You asking me now? I mean, I feel
how
like...
How you feeling about the market this week? Before we go through all of our stuff,
I'm smelling the fear, man. Smelling all the fear out there. I'm just like...
in the water?
There's a lot of fear out here. A lot of people scared. A lot of people losing things, and I think that you gotta know when there's fear out there. You gotta know what to do.
Yeah, what's Mr. Buffett say? No, we don't listen. We can't act in every way of Mr. We can take his advice, but if the man don't understand how to truly utilize a cell phone, there's only so much we can listen about crypto. Like we obviously respect, but what is it's be greedy when others are fearful.
Yeah,
and I think so.
I think it's crazy. These last 10 days. I think what is it? It's the 11th. Just these last 11 days, it's just like seems so weird in the market. So I'm just like, we're at kind of a weird place. I don't feel so pessimistic.
Look, I had it going last week. I don't know what y'all was on. I was like, I got Michael Jordan on the screen for a reason. The Bulls are back. I said it last week.
You did. I needed some confirmation,
I needed some confirmation. Something to validate your feelings.
Yeah,
I looked at a chart. I said Ethereum hit $900 in like July. like Ethereum is $1,200 and has not dipped below 1,100 in some months. What are the chances that? I mean, it's just not the worst scenario. That don't really look that bearish. It don't look like it's continuing to go down. And if anything, that 900 looks like that was probably the bottom. Like, yeah, we could go one more time, but like, is it going to go below 9? When you're doing leverage on an exchange right now, and you're taking like about 3x leverage or so, which is the norm for like most like professional traders. You listen to them where they're talking about like how much leverage you're going to take on like a low risk tolerance. It's like 3x leverage. 3x leverage on Ethereum the last like month or two is going to drop you down to like $700 or $800 range for a liquidation. It hasn't hit that since ever this year. It's never hit $800, $700 this year. What are the odds that you're going to get liquidated then? Like, I'm like, I just saw that over the last week, and I'm like, that's an interesting comparison. I don't know, bro. But that's really what turned me a little bit bullish in the most recent. Not that we can't go back, the down or whatever, but that's just like, I don't know. I saw that, and that's just me looking at Ethereum. But that's kind of bullish in itself. Like, it's got to be quite the event to push it down, because FTX didn't even take it back down to those levels.
FTX went up like fucking 50% this week, and I was just like, bro, what is this, man? I was like, that was making me wonder. I'm like, this isn't right. This
that's where the true Degens are. FTX. Yeah, I'm like, I have never in my crypto journey has it been like, buy some FTX.
I don't even want to talk about them, but bro, I'm just gonna say this.
I have nothing to say.
How fuck do you find $5 billion? I don't know. You just
what I think you got wallets.
Exactly. They motherfucker found a wallet. They found that dust. They was like, damn, it's just looking good now. Let me see.
Whose wallet is this? No, we need to know.
Exactly, yo. Like, how the fuck did y'all, like, bro, whoever was managing whatever was going on over there had, like, you missed $5 billion laying around somewhere like that? You guys could have probably not have
somebody was like, y'all don't forget.
They probably wouldn't have went bankrupt, right? If they would have had that $5 billion. I mean, they could have made something work with that, probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it was just talking about before stream. He was talking about like all these bank runs recently, and I was like, yeah, it's kind of become like crypto Twitter's thing, where people are like, yeah, let's test out these different exchanges and see how much liquidity they have. Bank run, and I'm like, would they though? Would it keep draining? Would people be like, is this enough? How much do we like Sam? Like, how much do we like Sam? I ain't no TXM fan.
Like. Well, I definitely appreciate the bank runs. I think that they are a healthy part of, things that need to happen in crypto. It's a good little like test run, like stress test, let you know who's really out here and who's not.
Feels it. All right, I want to progress our conversation at this point. I feel like we've gotten a feeling. I think it's 2 bulls to 1 bear. I would say.
I mean, I feel like I have to like add context to that in the sense to where it's like it just only makes sense with the world condition for something to break. That's it. That's all I'm saying. That's not me going, everybody, hide your purse, hide
but again,
your
kids. When things break, it's not necessarily bad for like markets. Like, that's bad for like potentially like last time the C thing like that happened. That was bad for like everybody in Bitcoin land was already praising. We were like, yo, it's a happening. And then like that happened, and it was like, yo, so it's a happening, and that happened, and the Dixie's going down. So then we going up, and it was like, yeah, we going up. Okay, cool. Like, I feel like it's something, I don't know. There's 2 different ways things can break. So
things are already broken, if you ask me.
I mean, well, yeah,
yes, but the market kind of lags behind in some situations because some people can be too bullish and be like, no, nothing's wrong, and they just keep buying, and it's like
it's been bearish since 2021.
It's been a long time. It's
the longest time it's been this long time.
But with like the wars and so on and so forth, and like like we're kind of in this weird energy crunch. to where it's like, yeah, let's move on though, because we could stick on it too long. It's just, I felt like there needed to be a little more qualification there.
Yeah, just make his kids. He's a bear, guys. He's a bear.
he's a bear. He's the diamond.
Big old bear. It's okay. That's funny. One of my favorite whatchamacallit, crypto traders, YouTubers, and I don't really watch a lot of trader YouTubers, but Crypto Face, I find him to be very entertaining. He like had a stream where he was being very like, like very forward and like honest with his audience, and he was like apologizing for maybe not being a good friend to one dude, and then he was also like, I feel like maybe it's not cool to be a bear right now. Like, it turned me. I was like, bro. I mean, but I like felt it because I was like already like, I was getting that vibe. Like, I know like the game plan has been to short the market. I know that's been the thing. I know it's been to short the market. It's been to be cautious, this and that. I know this. I am not going to. I have learned. I am not just going to go and throw all of my eggs against the wall, nor will I put them on an exchange. What shall I do? And it's like, yeah, it's like, well, maybe you're bullish. Am I bullish?
Maybe. I am brutally pessimistic at times. I'm just like, I don't believe it. I have to really feel it to believe it. And I'm not saying that we're not gonna find a new bottom, but I just feel like this is the area where people need to start to build on their thesis. And I feel like within this next 12 months, we will find, we'll find out when we're going to pivot. We'll find out when the bottom will be. And I feel like, it's not bad to, do your due diligence before that happens and know what narratives and what tokens you
There's a happening next year.
Yes, that too. And I'm trying to like save on taxes, so I'm trying to like buy early so I can like hold on for a year and then skirt on some of the taxes I got to pay. So I'm like, you might as well just start.
TikTok would say, hit them with the shh. Oh god.
Nah, you can't hit them with the shh. Nope.
Oh,
TikTok. Nope. No TikTok.
Yeah. I brought up this chart here, or not chart, but this is a CoinGecko for those that don't recognize this. Very similar to CoinMarketCap, but this is where we all hang out. This is the cool place. This is the cool couch left behind that diner or whatever.
It ain't no nomics or nothing, but I mean,
it ain't no nomics. It ain't no nomics. But that's the bridge,
never,
though. You gotta be cool to go to that bridge.
Literally never been a nomics at all. Ever.
Ain't no deck screener though. But yeah, Bitcoin up to 18,000. This was like 16,000. Yeah, you don't know Bitcoin's at $18,000, fam?
Right now,
we've been skyrocketing. Ethereum's at 1,400.
What?
You know that's what I've been talking about, bro. Come on, man.
CoinGecko, start working, man.
My
Come
goodness.
On.
Come on,
that's
fam.
the problem.
Fam.
My lizard ain't working. Hang on.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah, it's been crazy bullish. In the last 7 days, Ethereum up 11%, Bitcoin up 8.3%, BNB up 10%, and everything really had that strong push today. So today, last 24 hours, Bitcoin up 4.5%, Ethereum up almost 5%, BNB up 3%. Those are numbers that, again, for professional traders that are on leverage and stuff, I'm sure everybody is just celebrating right now. It's like, wow, another Christmas so soon.
The market must be going crazy because every time shit happens, fucking shit stops working. Fucking not working for me.
This is something that I didn't have an article for, but you heard recently that there was a DXY Death Cross. See? No,
I didn't really I was watching Crypto Zombie earlier, and he mentioned it. But when did the signal actually flash?
It was like last Thursday.
Because man, I was
And
looking at that.
it's been gravy.
Hey, I haven't looked at that Dixie chart in a while, but I looked at it. I looked at it earlier and put some lines on there, and
Oh, they finally
bruh,
published about it.
it's not looking good for that chart. You know, if you want it to go up.
Look,
You know,
bro, Wall Street Journal
so
just published about it 5 hours ago. This happened like crypto's been covering it since like last Thursday. And like that's what I was gonna Google it again because like last few times I've Googled it, the only outlets that it covered it until today that I'm saying that are like mainstream outlets have been like Bitcoinists and stuff like that, or like it's like it has to be a crypto market because we're paying attention to the deck. You know, where it's like this is kind of like an inverse asset. It seems to be. If we learned anything last time, it seemed to be pretty inverse. You know, who knows, but that's what it seemed to be. And so people are paying attention to that. And when we look at let me kind of just want to go to DXY in general. When you look at it through like the last, like since like September, I believe it is, it's been on a downward trend. Like this is nothing new. Like we all remember when we were talking about the euro and stuff, and the US, you know, Dixie like peaked, and USD was worth so much, and blah 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 blah. But it's been a while since then. It's been some months since then. So this is the last 3 months, and we can see it's on a downward trend. We popped this out a little bit further. I'm pretty sure it's going to be around September or something like that. Oh, this is longer. Oh, it's because I did year to date. We want to do like 1 year. That's weird how charts do that. All right, so we're peaking around September. Yeah, September 27th. Man, my God, I got memory sometimes. They can put me like trivia for like crypto stuff so I can win me some hot dogs. But yeah, end of September is when we peaked. We did like a triple top. And it's been down since then. And I mean, we can pop this out to the 3-year. How often do these big type of turns happen? Like, you know, this is from 2021 to 2020. It's like a 6 month or so. Like it seems like these directions don't change a whole lot quickly. It's just what I'm looking at. But we've already been in this since September, so we've got about 3 months in it, and I feel like you know these are just like guesses, but I feel like it's usually like 6 months or so before you see like another change in direction. So like potentially like 3 months of will be more sideways / bullish momentum that people just don't realize until it hits them in the face. But what does that bring us back up to like in terms of level? And that's all speculation, folks. It's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor or some type of chart reading guru or something like that. That's just what I'm seeing.
No, but if that dollar chart keeps going down, then the Bitcoin chart's gonna probably keep going up.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that to say that that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying that so that I can look back after it happens and be like, I was right.
I feel that.
Only
I feel
reason.
that. I like that.
Only reason.
I like that you're being so honest with yourself. Yeah, 114 is where it seemed to peak, and we're back down to 103. You know,
that's funny.
Down below where we were for that previous peak. Yeah, it's
See if we can see when Bitcoin topped, or when Bitcoin bottomed. I don't know what I'm trying to say. God damn it. You said that was back in June?
The turnaround for the
Yeah.
Dixie? The turnaround happened end of September.
Okay.
Bitcoin bottom probably like July, I feel like, though.
Yeah, it was like probably like June-ish.
So yeah, this looks like this is the bottom. Oh no, this is what is this? No, this is too short of a timeline. Why do they do this to you?
They be playing.
They do be playing. They hate.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't go back far enough on my chart. It was in July, but it kind of.
In July. I'm like not even. This one's saying 19 then, but like 17 here. 15. Saying we got down to 15. I feel like this is like, is this accurate? Is this accurate? I want a bigger timeline. I'm like, is that as low as we went? Yeah, 15. Which is interesting because, take this back enough episodes. We're talking to the metaverse guys and stuff like that. What were we calling? I was calling like 14,000. So for it to hit 15,000 ain't really far off. That's not too far off. from where I was imagining, because like, yeah, it could wick down or something, and everybody would love that situation. But the fact that everybody's considering that situation being the situation is also anti that situation. I don't know. But interesting. Will this be the bottom? Will we get another wick down? Time will tell. Time will tell. The only other thing that I wanted to do on these macro topics before we get moving into some of these news topics is check out the DeFi space. The DeFi, obviously, we're still down here around this $42-43 billion range in DeFi. We covered this last time, but Lido Finance has flipped MakerDAO and is now the #1 DeFi protocol. If you didn't know, now you know. And if you're wondering what the title has to do with LSD, why are they talking about dropping tabs? We're not. We're talking about liquid staking derivatives, which is a new, I want to call it like a new concept or new
narrative.
Protocol narrative. Yeah, that's probably the word that I want there. The new narrative taking place in DeFi. A lot of this is helping with the ETH Shanghai upgrade. Will allow for Ethereum to unlock from currently, if you're like running a node on Ethereum and you've staked that 32 Ethereum, it's like locked in there. Shanghai will allow that locked ETH to become liquid. And so there's this whole concept of a narrative of liquid staking derivatives going live, which is basically, to my knowledge, when you stake an asset and you're still able to do like, well, it's still, you get it basically in a liquid form. So in this case, it would be like if you staked your Ethereum on the Ethereum network to run a node, but then you were also able to use that liquid Ethereum in other protocols.
So hold on. So I'm staking Ethereum and I can still use the Ethereum that I stake. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. So it's like is it like a loan? I don't get it. I guess if you don't, do you have like a time scale to when you have to give it back or what?
I need to do more research before I can give you any of those full answers. So no. They're great questions. So my little box is now my face, I guess, probably on screen. Lucas Jason, also known as soft staking, is a way to earn rewards by locking up funds while retaining access to them. This is in contrast to traditional staking on the Beacon chain, which involves a larger investment of 32 Ethereum, around $40,000 at the time, and does not allow your funds to be withdrawn until staking period is over. With liquid staking, any amount can be staked, and the funds can be withdrawn at any time. Once staked Ethereum becomes available for withdrawal, the revenue of liquid staking providers is expected to increase. So that's just, the last portion just saying like, yeah, once people can do that, yeah, more money. Liquid staking derivatives allow for participation in decentralized finance without sacrificing staking yields. Examples of this include Lido, which offers ST-ETH staking and LDO tokens that earn yields, though it does take a 10% cut of the staking rewards. Rocket Pool is another well-known provider, emphasizes decentralization and offers competitive returns. Other notable providers in this space include Stakewise, Frax Finance, both of which have seen rapid growth. So yeah, I don't know if that truly does that help you, Satoshi?
Yeah. I heard what I needed to hear. Yeah, basically, you can stake and use your value at the time. It seems like. It's just another protocol which it's to get tested. If it's going to work, it's going to work. If not, it's not.
I hear two different things though. I hear either A, that's kind of like an insurance. Okay, you can stake it, and through our little protocol, you can still use that value, and we'll insure it with a little bit of your yield. That's kind of one way that I interpreted what you said. The other way is you can stake it and you can lock it and still use it in the protocol and on the blockchain. But when we go to call you for those kinds of funds, we're gonna come get them, basically. So as long as you say, hey, this is what you're staking, you have proof that it's staked, we can see the Ethereum there, you can still use it and put it other places, but as long as it's considered stake, when we come for it, we're going to come take it. Is kind of what I took from those words. Obviously, nothing definitive, but that's the only way my brain says that would work.
I think it's interesting that you explain it like that, because to me it seems like I feel like staking has its risk. I feel like leveraging is a lot more risky. But I feel like if you can stake and still use your the value that you have, you can get called on that, but it's just like you're not taking like a leveraged risk, which is interesting.
This is my thing with it, to not overcomplicate the liquid staking thing, because I feel like it's a little more yeah. I'm pretty sure this whole LSD narrative is just what is natural, like not necessarily that you stake the Ethereum and then you still have like liquid Ethereum, in the sense that I'm staking 10 Ethereum in a farm, or in let's say in a farm or a pool. I'm staking 10 Ethereum in a pool, and though I'm staking that 10 Ethereum in the pool, I have 10 Ethereum that I can just move around and do whatever with. I don't think that's like the way to think about this, or
Okay.
correct. I'm pretty sure it's more so the case of what's more common in DeFi already, which is that you stake something in a pool, and then you get liquid, you get assets, you earn a yield. And currently in Ethereum, you can do that. You can stake and earn a yield. However, you can't withdraw your Ethereum from, like, if you're doing the 32 Ethereum, like that's not a thing in proof of stake right now. Shanghai is fixing that. And so I'm pretty sure the LSD narrative really is just like the proof of stake kind of catching up to what is kind of commonplace in DeFi farms and stuff of this sort. And so they offer you, So you switch, you would switch your Ethereum. So you would like to take part in a Lido or a Rocket pool. And I have to do the specific research on those to be like really sure. We can look at it right now, but
makes
but
more
it's like
sense than what I was saying, because that shit would work.
You're like swapping your Ethereum for STETH, and that STETH that you then swap your Ethereum for at a 1-to-1 ratio is then like basically it's like as if that protocol is staking that Ethereum for you in proof of stake and earning yields off of the network. And so you're able to stake and so that's why those protocols have been so successful thus far. And so what they're suggesting in this article, before we go farther, is that making sense to you, Infinite?
So what I think I just heard was like, okay, you can essentially more or less give your Ethereum to a group of individuals that will take it and stake it and then give you something in return that is equivalent to the same price, and they'll let you play with it. Is that equivalent to what you just said, or no?
Kind of. Yeah. Kind of, yeah. Not even like individuals, like a protocol. So I mean, it's just tokens out there then. But yeah, you deposit your tokens in whatever vault or protocol. You're basically swapping your tokens. You're swapping your ETH for STETH.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
But then STETH is technically Ethereum that you can use as long as other protocols choose to use STETH, and STETH is yield bearing because it represents Ethereum that is being used. Basically, like how you mine Bitcoin, by running hardware. In Ethereum, you stake so much. It's like very much like an early DLive. You stake Lino tokens in DLive, and you earn more Lino tokens. In Ethereum, you stake Ethereum, you earn more Ethereum. Your STETH is basically like staked Ethereum. It's STETH, so it's staked Ethereum. So you get those earnings from the staked Ethereum depending on how much you had. So, but technically, yes, you could still utilize it in other DeFi protocols
as long as they're willing to accept it, like you said.
So basically, what you're saying is because on ETH 2.0, when you stake, you can't withdraw the yield basically right now the way it is currently. And the upgrade is going to allow them to be able to withdraw the yield that they get from staking. Is that what's going on?
Yep.
Okay.
And here, let me grab this other screen that I just pulled up, which is Lido itself, because we got to learn this stuff, guys. new narrative to understand what's happening.
Yeah.
So we're on Lido right now, the number one protocol in all of DeFi. It says stake any amount of Ethereum, earn daily staking rewards, and use your ST ETH across the DeFi ecosystem and L2. So stake your Ethereum. Your Ethereum's now locked up in Lido until you come and withdraw it from Lido. So you can always withdraw it, but you're given ST ETH as liquid. So now you can move that ST ETH, and as they said, across the DeFi ecosystem and L2. So throughout DeFi, you'll be able to use that ST ETH while your real Ethereum is still being staked and earning a yield. And so what they're saying, oops, and you guys aren't looking at it. What they're saying is that probably going to see a lot of these validators or people running nodes on the Ethereum network taking their earnings, since they'll earn Ethereum, and instead of selling that Ethereum, they'll put that Ethereum in things like Lido and Rocket Pool and turn it into ST ETH. So they're still holding their Ethereum, and they're just like, it's like compounding, like your thing, but you're earning that much more. But they'll be earning from their Ethereum rewards, and they'll be earning from whatever other platform rewards there are. I forget what Lido says there. Did they say there any platform rewards in this case? I think you're just earning Ethereum in this case. Yeah, just think just Ethereum. Stake Sol or ST. So that's funny. They have Stake Sol over there too. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. Is that making sense for folks? I feel like we got through to the infinite at the end there. I think he gets it. Does Satoshi get it? Does everybody get it before we move forward with class?
Yeah,
I think I got it.
Okay, but yeah, that's yeah, it's not as fun as LSD as you might think. I don't know. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun.
It's fun and not as scammy and Ponzi as I originally thought it was.
Yeah, no. It's yeah, blacking that up because then it makes that ETH yield bearing. It's a really interesting concept. And we already see that with some tokens in DeFi, like the OUSD token, Origin Dollar token, which is basically a stable coin that operates similar to that. Or Liquidy's LUSD is another one that operates similar to that, utilizing a market making model. But yeah, that's to do with that. That's the basis of Shanghai and why everybody's all excited about Shanghai. Here's some fun news. Just as a quickly updated type of article for folks. We got a little information on USD, everybody's favorite stable coin, Go Circle. It says nearly 65% of USDC reserves are held as U.S. Treasury bills. So yeah, I'm sharing this just as a part of the cycle of keeping people, informed. And I think it's part of the transparency narrative that I would say, I guess, recently.
I want to say that they used to have more that was in
treasury bills,
because I thought it was like 75 to 85% used to be. So seems like it's on the downtrend, which I don't know. I mean, the treasury bills aren't dollars. I mean, but you can redeem them, pretty reliably. So far, anyway.
Dun. Interesting. Yeah. I'm like, it shouldn't be hard to redeem. We'll see, unless there's a US issue. I don't know. But yeah, I just thought that was an interesting topic and keeping things in the act of transparency. Now, I feel like we've gotten quite serious for a while now.
Yeah, but I think it is good to know where your stable, like where the value of your stable coins is at. Because I've moved my stable coins around here and there. Like, if you hear something about Tether, so you move to USDC, then you hear some shit about USDC, so you move your shit to BUSD, and then like having your shit in BUSD was so scary just like a little bit ago.
You said BUSD?
Yeah, like
Whatever. It was like, is BSC gonna go down? What?
Finance was getting tested, but they was getting drugged. It was just like, man, is it gonna work out? No, we'll see. I guess we'll see. But they've been doing good, I think. So
Yeah, they have.
But stables are not unrisky.
That's a fact. Bitcoin is king. That's what you meant to say. Flipping to the next topic. It's our favorite altcoin. Woot woot. Can we get a woot woot in the house?
Woody woot woot.
Whoa, whoa. It's that topic we like to call Solana. Is it dead or not? Why won't Solana die? Oh my goodness. Yes. Solana's having some catalysts. The community is all over Twitter. They just won't stop. These guys are insane. Solana. Also, I'm not sure. Did you guys see the bonk coin this week? Did you check out any bonk news? No.
The only thing I checked is if I got the airdrop or not, and after that, I did not look at it at all.
So you were aware of bonkening. The bonkening.
Yep.
Okay.
After
Infinite, what type of news outlet you got that you're not aware of the bonkening?
I listen. I'm not gonna lie. I listen to quite a few YouTubers. It's like the one thing that I can listen to while I'm working. So, yeah.
No YouTubers that were mentioned in the bonk. They're not even trashing the bonk.
Yeah,
we're just gonna trash the bonk here. The bonk had a balloon and a arrow through the balloon. So.
I didn't hear too many YouTubers talking about bonk because I mean, I feel like everyone's afraid of Solana, and rightfully so. Like, it's like, man, don't trust it.
Everybody except for this article. I forget if Solana is up this month or up since the Solana is deadening. What is the percent? Let's go look at Solana. Let's type in solely. I believe it was trending for a while. Oh, see, no longer trending now that the narrative is AI. Buy any AI token. We all must do it. We've got to do it. Fetch AI, bro. It's the new.
Let's see. Solana has bounced a little bit, over the last couple of hours anyway.
Look at this thing. Let's go to a 90-day chart. Let's check out Solana.
January. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're down here at the new year, down at $8. If you had Solana since New Year, you were up 100%.
Hell yeah.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad for a dead meme stock. I did see recently that I did see recently that the Solana RPCs from the Solana Foundation went offline. What do it mean? They said it did not affect blocks being produced on Solana.
Fuck that. That's scary as fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that means for people.
That means we out, bro. We out on that.
I mean, hey, look, Tron did a regime change, and now it's down. Now it's down.
Did the RPC stop working?
No, they never did that. It's because Tron is a serious blockchain. So Tron is a serious blockchain. It's very serious.
The running meme between you two, he's like, F Tron. He's like, no, dude, seriously. But seriously, Tron though. You gonna learn to respect this. Like, am I smart? Don't tell me what to do. I'm like, y'all keeping it going. I see.
But seriously, for Solana, Solana has been obviously for Solana, it's up 100% on the year. So congrats to everybody that went in there and believed in Solana for whatever reason. For me, it's still not something that I can really touch. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll throw like $5 over on Solana, and if I find a really nice bridge, throw $5 over it, and I'll start playing the Solana PFP game or something. That seems fun. That seems fun to be an NFT person on. That's what it does seem. Solana has community, and for whatever reason, it wants to be like that's maybe. I was talking about it being a game console. Maybe it's Discord. Maybe Solana is the new Discord without a chat. I don't know. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like a community
except for when their NFT communities leave to go to Ethereum and Polygon, because Solana is like dying.
Yeah.
So,
Here's the other thing about Shanghai that I forgot is that I guess Shanghai is supposed to. It's either Shanghai or Dink sharding. I forget that's together, but one of these, I believe it's the Shanghai upgrade. It's supposed to like help reduce like L2 transactions from I think it's like 10 to 100x, reducing the L2 transactions.
How does that work?
Yeah, well, transaction fees. Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
You're like,
Bet.
I was doing this.
I was like, so they about to
It's
like
Theo,
cancel the
damn it.
L2s? I'm like, no, I'm not in it. I'm not in.
You can
on
basically
that.
control the matrix.
I was gonna say, like, I need to see a receipt on that one, bro, because that sounds like some shit I'm not a part. I don't want to be a part of.
Oh my god.
You mean I can't like use Pancake Swap? Like what? Like
Pancake Swap is an L1.
okay.
But EVM compatible L2s, the Arbitrums, the Optimisms, the ZK rollups, it should make things 10 to 100 times cheaper for them. Currently, a transaction on Arbitrum, and these are just spitballing some numbers, we're going to say is in a range of like 20 cents, 20 to 30 cents or so. It's like Pancake Swap transaction fees on Arbitrum right now. And so that being reduced by 10% or 10x makes it obviously compete with Binance Smart Chain because, bruh, that's pretty dang cheap. And then 100x makes it compete with Polygon. Like, that's pretty dang cheap. And so what Shanghai might do for Ethereum and L2s is pretty ridiculous. Not to be overstepped. Could really be popping. Plus, ETH has the whole ultrasound money narrative. ETH be burning all the time. It's no longer an inflationary token. It's been deflationary since proof of stake, but the money hasn't really caught up to that. ETH got some bullish narratives happening. Meow, meow. Meow, meow. Which makes me, I feel like, to your point, bringing it all back home, I think a lot of these Solana people might end up bridging to some of these other ETH L2s once they realize how, it's actually cheap. It doesn't shut down and all this stuff. Like, how long is it going to be before those communities start to shift over there? I don't know. I think it's going to take some convincing, but they're learning it all now on their little phantom wallets. So, Solana folks, you guys are
Love how you just sunned everybody on Solana. Y'all are all my kids over there. Like maybe y'all will stop smoking crack and start drinking coffee and coming to work with us over here on Ethereum.
put it to work. Regardless, happy to see
oh boy, it's just like, man, they just keep beating up on Solana.
Yeah,
I feel like
I was thinking about raising my backhand, but I was like, it might last a little too long if I do that. It's like let's just see if it goes by. Because they keep slapping it.
Keep the hand down. There. Okay. Moving forward. We got NFT topics. Are there any good NFT topics today? This one is kind of an NFT and altcoin topic that I wanted to bring up first. And if anybody else has some other NFT stuff, this is the time to prep those. Let me know. What's today's? It's Gala. Are you guys familiar with Gala?
Yeah. Gala games, Gala films, Gala music.
Normie, you don't know nothing about Gala?
I don't.
Hmm.
All right, Satoshi, can you educate him on Gala?
Gala started. I think their co-founder started Zanga. So you remember when we were all like running around on MySpace and we were playing like online poker and whatever other type of like Farmville and games like that. Like I think Zanga was the developer who did those. So they are making blockchain games. They started with Gala Games. They were making. I think they got like Spider Tank and so they have like a Red Dead game. No, not Red Dead, sorry. They have a Walking Dead game. They have a Land in the Sandbox, and then they started getting into music. Like they have some Snoop Dogg music and some other musical musical artists dropping music on Gala. They have Gala Films now. They're getting into entertainment. I think the other day, what was the news? Something about an actor or something.
The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. I don't think he ever says his name that way, but
you know,
him
little
and
bit of
Mark
rock
Wahlberg,
action.
I guess, have things going.
But I also heard that they had to delete the tweet that they made about that.
What's up with all the Boston boys loving crypto? Is that like a thing? All these Boston's like Mark
Who's
and
who's
what's his
another
name?
Boston?
The Born
Tom?
Ultimatum.
Rating?
No, what's his name? Born
Mark
Ultimatum.
Wahlberg?
Mr. Oh, that brings me to my. Oh my goodness, you're about to bring me to my other. No, it's Mark Wahlberg, and who's the other Boston guy? He's like younger looking.
Oh.
Born Ultimatum. Bam.
Matt Damon.
Yeah,
Damon.
Matt Damon. Jeez, you guys are about to make me have to fight somebody in here. Nobody laughed at my little Twitter meme that I posted about that in the group chat. So now our audience has to deal with it because it's freaking hilarious. From Goodwill Hunting. Because it's freaking hilarious, guys. This is the one of the funniest NFT blockchain memes I feel like I saw of the week. Of course, you believe that on-chain royalties are enforceable. You're a first-year NFT trader. You just got done creating decentralized IP. Nouns down, most likely. You'll talk about how absence of royalties will prevent projects executing their Web3 vision. You get where it's going, right? You guys have seen the movie, right? You've seen the bars. No, you don't know the scene. This guy's being for context, it's a scene in the movie. This guy's being a jerk. This guy with the ponytail. They're like at a prestigious school, and if you had never seen Good Will Hunting, the guy sunning him right now is like a janitor at the school, and so he doesn't get to go to class. His friend back here goes to class, and he's like hanging around him and stuff like that. But he learns all this stuff while being a janitor at the school because like they leave equations on the board afterwards, and he's like while he's in there, he's like learn about the equation. He picks up their books and stuff, and he educates himself, which is a very blockchain thing to do, to educate yourself. And so this guy with the ponytail starts making fun of his friend here at the bar. He's making fun of his friend. He doesn't like that he's making fun of his friend. Really, what he steps in the way to do. And he starts to sun him. And he's like, oh, yeah. Like the guy's like, the ponytail guy's kind of like, oh, yeah, well, this this theologian or whatever. And then guy's like, oh, him? Yeah. I read him too. You're probably talking about this guy. What are you, second semester? And he just like suns him on like the whole syllabus. And so that's the scene in the movie. And so we have this trend going around crypto Twitter where people are kind of doing like the sun him situation from Good Will Hunting here. And they're doing it for NFTs. Second portion here. Then you'll follow Gabriel Leiden. You'll start talking about how royalties are enforceable using OpenSea blacklist operator registry. Well, I won't because Leiden drastically underestimates the role, and then Leiden drastically underestimates the role of centralized destroying value prop and misaligning incentives. Fubar, yeah, I read him too. And it's just like in the role of the janitor. You guys are killing me. How do you not see Good Will Hunting? It's whatever.
I seen that scene and I knew what it was talking about, but
But yeah, really, really fun right up there in the NFT conversation. I feel like I had to throw that in there because that gave me quite the chuckle. I'm like, wow, who the hell did this? And we can see it's been done for other crypto topics. He was quoting this one guy over here. Of course, you believe there's a solution to impermanent loss. You're the first year DeFi user. You just got done reading some Uni V2 Forex Medium BSC most likely at Satoshi. It's some good fun there where it's like everybody at different parts of their crypto journey can probably relate to those on different topics. But yeah, this is Gala. Continue the education for the infinite. They're working on a bunch of different games. As Satoshi said, this game is just their MMO game, Mirandus. They're selling NFTs and stuff for it, but it's still not out. There was some beta done for it. I don't know if that's still open. Good game that they've had running for a while now is let me go to have the quick game section. Spider Tanks, which is fun. It's like Thetan Arena for people that know Thetan Arena, but more. I don't know. I feel like it's more competitive and more balanced and stuff. And no bots. So I don't think there's bots in there. I was only getting players when I was doing it. So, and you like get to know the people, like you really get to know the community in there. Cause it's not like an insane amount of people, but you might like play against somebody like, oh, okay, it's this person, and everybody's chatting and stuff. It's pretty fun. Townstar, little town builder farming game in there. We talked about Mirandus, and then they just got a bunch of other games that look pretty cool. This is the Western one Satoshi mentioned, Grit, which I have not played. But I need to download. I do need to download. But yeah, they're looking at some really cool games over here. Obviously, a deal with Walking Dead. They do their thing, and so I believe, other than the celebrity thing, Gal was like burning a bunch of tokens recently as well. And so that helped with things. And I didn't pay enough attention to Gala because I was kind of buying it up as it dropped down from like its, I don't know, like 50, 40 cents range or something like that. I've been buying it. But I stopped paying attention for like a month or two. And I wish I hadn't. Let me go down to this portion here, which is soon to sully everyone's pantaloons. In the last 7 days, Gala up 133%, 146% in the last 14 days. Yeah, Gala went down to something like 2 cents, I believe, and it's been making its journey back up. Last time that I bought some Gala was like 16 cents or something like that. I'm like, dang, I could have just kept. Oh my goodness, it's down even. Because it is. I don't know. I think it's going to be one of the projects that survives. Gala is, it's going to be one of these new Steam client type of places. There's a few other platforms that are building their way up, like the Elixirs, the Galas, things like that. So.
Some things that I think are very interesting about Gala is they have nodes. So they have gaming nodes, they have music nodes, and I think they have film nodes. But the gaming nodes were first, and the gaming nodes let you basically get a yield off of the play to earn that goes on inside their games. Mm-hmm. And those nodes are expensive like now, or they were expensive during the bull run anyway. I bet they're still pretty expensive, but. I imagine that however they work those nodes into their system, they're I don't know if they're verifying transactions, or I imagine maybe they are. I need to look more into that too, but I think that's an interesting system, for for a project, to actually use, blockchain for something, instead of just like staking or something like that,
Yeah. All right, gonna keep it moving. Because I got you on Gala. Yeah, keep your eyes on Gala. Here's some cool news that most gamers seem to like. Somebody was just in my chat talking about this last night. It's like, why can't blockchain gaming get something like Diablo? It would be so much better with something like Diablo. Well, here we have former Diablo Immortal devs picking Immutable X for upcoming Web3 MMORPG. I believe Immutable. I was reading something about. I think Immutable is actually a ZK. So I was like, oh, I didn't know. I knew some type of way, but whatever. But anyways, not to be confirmed. But yeah, former Diablo thing. This is confirmed though. Picking Immutable X, where a lot of other fun games are. Speaking of those Steam type of places emerging, Immutable X, in my opinion, is probably one of them. Opinion.
It's always good to have more in the space and such, and kind of see what sticks. Hopefully they don't make it like Diablo Immortal, but hey.
Yeah, I'm interested. Like I was like, okay, Immortal dev, but I imagine it's gonna be some other type of game. Like, it's nice that you can make games. You worked on games, but yeah, we'll see. Can see some of their partners here, some of the games for Immutable X, Gods Unchained, of course, a favorite of mine. Ember Sword, an MMORPG, which whenever, I know they've given people some beta testing of Ember Sword, but whenever they do make that like fully accessible to everybody, I do think that one's going to blow up. Ember Sword looks dope. That looks like I'm like, yeah, I'd probably play Ember Sword. Let's be real. It just looks pretty good. Especially if I can hook up a controller. Delysium, I'm not even familiar with that one, but we got there's a lot of games here on the Gala, on the Immutable X's. Guild of Guardians, their other big one. Mobile RPG players. Alluvium, they're another one of their big ones. which if you're not familiar with Illuvium, it's like a mix of like a field battler, like almost like a Pokemon field battler, especially like the newer Pokemon games, and a roaming open world. Interesting games there. I wanted to round out this gaming section. I'll call this NFTs and gaming section with a little news on our friends at Axie Infinity. So it's Axie Infinity launches Origins Season 2 with many important updates. I just thought this was an important one to keep tabs on and to include today. I haven't played Axie Infinity in quite some time. However, I do still see Axie as a blue chip NFT and gaming project that is a lot farther along than many others. And a lot of people forget this, but Axie started as an auto roller. Like it was not even what it currently is with the selecting of different cards and your Axie goes and attacks another. It wasn't any of that. It was an auto roller. And so I think they could still they're probably going to continue to develop, and they're probably developing something fairly big in the background. It's a lot different than Axie looks like today. So still keeping tabs on that and updating people. I don't know. Crew, what's your opinion on Axie in this Season 2?
Is there any details on what they're changing?
Yes. We'll begin with 100,000 AXS rewards. So you get some AXS rewards. Let's see, more specific. I'm sure there's like more so with the Axies themselves. Day 0 to 7 rewards, more rare rewards, only kind of rare runes. That was like a big change. There's like they've been doing different things with like runes and charms, but there's been a complaint in the community where people are like, oh, it seems like buy certain things or grind out certain items to like win, basically. And so like money can win and then win these bigger rewards in the long run. The Season 2 entries may be found below. So yeah, I think just different, changing up some different things.
Yeah, it just depends on how they do that. A lot of games mess up their balance by because like in that situation, I'm only worried about the balance, because that's a lot of the times what makes or breaks your game. Ask Smurf about hitboxes and Smash.
Oh my god.
And you'll know.
It would just be nice if they fixed it. Your 111 in actual in Season 2, which is twice as many as in Season 1. This season will also have a daily login bonus system. So they're bringing the daily login bonus back, which used to exist. They took that away for a bit. Levels are back to a higher number. So a few things, as well as reward changes and some Axie changes.
Yeah, that plays out in the long run.
Axis is still building.
They ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna have to pay attention because I want to be utilizing all of my assets and stuff like that I have on the blockchain and having them earn something, even if they're earning like 30 cents a day, 60 cents a day. Like I started this one thing recently on talking to Arbitrum with what is it? I've used barely anything. I use like a little. What did I use? Oh, I used like some Ethereum. I had some Ethereum on Arbitrum. I used it to generate like $5 worth of this token on this platform, and then the token went up a little bit in value, and it became about $10. And then I split the token in half, $5 and $5, and I took half of it in Ethereum and half of it in the token. Paired them together as liquidity, put it together. That little bit of $10 liquidity was earning like 30 cents a day, which I thought was ridiculous. For $10 to earn 30 cents a day. So I was like, cool. And it's like, I'm not taking any risks since it's such a small level, which I earned for free, just staking my Ethereum there. I already pulled my Ethereum out. And then that turned, that went up a little bit. It's also earning me something like that. Now it's like 25, it's at $25. But little things like that that I want to do like in more places and just continue to do those, because I feel like people often, underestimate how much that stuff can stack up, especially when the bull market like takes off and whatever you did like that, if it stops at 25 or if it becomes 50 and then it goes up 10, 20x, all of a sudden that was worth doing. And people forget that because prices are so far down, but it's like, yeah, but that goes up and that's all worth doing and more. Smurf ran. Yeah. Last but not least is actually our last article of the day. Well, something on the Lens protocol. And we'll again ask my colleagues here. Are you guys familiar with Lens, Mr. Lens? This little plant
No.
here, little sentai.
Nope, I have not seen it.
Well, Lens protocol. Lens protocol, as it says here in the article, lets creators issue token gated content. It does more than that. Lens is basically a social media. I want to call it like a social media layer, but it's like a social media protocol. It's a social media protocol in essence, and it does a bunch of different things, and a bunch of different apps can be built on it. They have so people are creating it like if you know Hive, then that's also very similar to like a Lens or whatever. However, Hive is on its own blockchain, and Lens is on Polygon. Lens is created by the team behind Aave. So Aave is one of the biggest platforms in all of crypto and DeFi. It's going to be at the top of this list. Aave number 3 here. And that team made this social media platform called Lens. So it's a Web3 social media platform. You connect your wallet and with like a name, very like similar to like an ENS situation. So it's .lens instead of .ens. And yeah, there's like applications like YouTube for it. There's applications like Twitter for it, and like Facebook and stuff. More of them are being built. They're going to have live streaming, and it allows content creators to upload their content to IFPS, which is like I forgot what that stands. Stands for something like crazy, like Internet Planetary something. But the content cloud, so I'll call it for like short, IFPS. So it uploads your content there, and then which just allows it to be like kind of like tokenized, right? Kind of like what they're saying, token gated content. And so then people can basically collect your content, similar to like in Web 2, people like maybe they make a bookmark button for you or something like that. But in Web 3, we're used to like NFTs, right? And so people can like collect your content in the form of like NFTs via something like Lens. And so it's you can really see who your long-term people are, and if you have certain content or whatever, then maybe you get access to yada yada. And there's different. I just got to play with Lens my first time today, actually uploading some content to it, and it's not everybody can make a Lens account right now. So I was happy to be able to mess around with that a little.
Why? Why can't
doing like a really slow rollout? They're doing a really slow rollout. It's really aggravating actually.
How did you get on there?
Because I work for a DeFi protocol, and we were like that Andre meme. Let me in, let me in, and they finally let us in. So yeah, I got to play around with it a little bit. But yeah, there's let's pop up one Lens 2.
Well, hook us up when you get them ref codes, man.
Yeah, if I get some codes, I'm out there. Actually, from them, I would probably have to give them to like maybe if I get myself one, and then they let me give out more, because I would probably have to give them to like influencers and stuff, like people to like actually help the protocol. But yeah, this is Lens 2. People that are familiar with Hive, again, it's very similar, like a 3-speak type of situation, but updated. They have a byte section, so this is like basically like YouTube or TikTok Shorts. Also full-length videos. You can see they've got their likes and stuff like that. And the thing with these is, if I click on one of them, yes, you're going to watch it as normal, likes and downs. You can tip people. All this is going to be in cryptocurrency. And then let me see if I push share, is that where you mirror it? No, that's the wrong type of share. They have a feature called mirroring it, which is kind of like just like sharing that as well. And I wanted to see if this guy had an option to collect the content, but that also, zero collects. So collected by, so you can see that there. Oh, there it is. The mirrors is right next to it. So that's like the shares here. People like sharing that onto their profile. And then, collects would be if the content creator makes it so that you can actually collect this piece of content from them, then you would be able to actually collect it. Which is like really cool. They also have like a degree of like being able to collect, where some people can only collect it or your content or comment on your contact if they're within a degree of you, almost like a LinkedIn type of thing, where LinkedIn is like you can only contact people that are within your 3 or 6 degrees, whatever the heck LinkedIn is. And so you can choose like 1 degree through 4 degree for people that can comment or or collect your content, which is really interesting because you probably stop a lot of troll type of stuff. Honestly, it's like, okay, you have to be someone to, like, to a degree, at least you would like know the people. They're like, you get access to some of your stuff, like if they're actually gonna be liking it. So like initially building that up might be, I don't know, it's gonna be like the trouble or, you know, some effort, but it creates an interesting situation.
Question. Do you know how many restrictions there are on sharing your collectibles? Like, are there any kind of gates that you could put on it? So, hey, you can collect this collectible if you've watched X amount of content. You can collect this collectible only when I'm live, and you have to be in like the chat. I'm just curious because.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I imagine similar to the degrees thing, and kind of like when you like, I don't think it's gonna let me connect. I don't have my wallet connected to this one anyways, but I was gonna show like at the top here, when you like connect to it, there's like a live button and stuff. You can either upload content or it'll be like live. And I was just gonna say that similar to like those new features, I imagine they'll continue to build those type of features into the general platform. Like
Right.
that's just because like they're pretty early. You know, they're like, oh, we're gonna do shorts. Like, okay, so you guys are, and there's like different people can build these different platforms and stuff for it. And the NFT can do that. You know, that's possible. So I imagine it'll get built out, but I don't know the exact answer.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that these social media platforms that have popped up, like on the blockchain lately, or not lately, but like as of now, have been pretty like underwhelming. So it's interesting that Lens is, you know, doing some different things. And we at least have, you know, got you excited to want to try to use it.
Whatever. I made $7 off a Hive last week.
How's it going over there on Hive? I think Eric uses Hive too.
Yeah, Eric's a big Hive person. I mean, it's active. It's not active. I just learned. I thought it was interesting. I have been posting to Leo Finance just because I wanted to post to a more crypto native audience on Hive, which is what Leo is. It's like kind of like curates your posting it gives you like the Leo hashtag and automatically, and you have to make a Leo profile, whatever the heck. It's very similar to like making a 3Speak profile. But what I didn't know was that Leo, like I guess I did know Leo has his own token and stuff like that, and you can have different tokens on Hive too. But yeah, when you create a post on Leo, you earn Leo tokens if people, you know, that have Leo profiles like it, and with like Leo stakes like it, and then you also earn your Hive tokens. So you also earn Hive, and I was like, oh wow, I didn't know that, and it started me like thinking. I started to realize there's a bunch of other like smaller tokens on Hive now, and like, oh, that's why people are using certain hashtags. Like using certain of the hashtags kind of has your content come through a certain layer of Hive where you're eligible for more tokens then. So you're not just earning Hive tokens, because like I thought I had only earned like $6 or something like that dollars. I was like, which I thought was good. And then I was like, oh, and I earned an extra $1 on Leo. Yeah, I was just like, oh, cool. So you can earn multiple ways from one piece of content, which not bad for making content, which does whatever.
So basically you earned a little bit of crypto for using a certain hashtag?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, actually. See.
Yeah, and there's like other ones that like, oh, like I guess some of them like search Twitter for certain things. You can like click your Twitter profile up to it, but yeah, they're still innovating over there. Again, that's where the Splinterlands team is from, and has activity and stuff. So,
I mean, that's pretty valuable. When I was, you know, looking at blockchain stuff, a lot of the marketing out there needs to kind of be a little bit different. And I think that, you know, being able to incentivize people to use your hashtags and push your links is pretty cool. Pretty interesting use case.
For shizzle. It'll be interesting to see if like something a little bit more new age, like these different lens applications that come out start to do something like that. Again, they're on Polygon, which has a plus for them. We'll see if they only stay on Polygon, especially with like Shanghai coming up for Ethereum. People that are like, why is he talking about China all of a sudden? It's the name of the Ethereum upgrade. It's called Shanghai.
Why would they name it that? I don't know.
Dude, all their upgrades are like weird names and stuff. I mean, like, it's like Cardano upgrades. Like, yeah, this one's Byron, and this one is Artsclaw. I'm just making that one up. This one's Shelly, and this one is like, it's like, bro, but they're like all like historic people and stuff. Damn, why? You guys always do weird stuff. So crypto be cryptoing. But yeah, that's all we got for you tonight. Do you guys have any well, I mean, before we close down, I guess we're gonna end it with last time we did your altcoin picks. So I don't need to hear your altcoin picks this week. Everything's bullish right now. You picked the right ones. Congratulations. You were in the market. Time in the market versus timing the market. After today's show, how are you guys feeling about the market? Infinite, you still bearish?
Yeah, more or less.
Wasn't enough time.
I'm still like, hey, I'm still waiting for the shoe to drop, and I feel better after most people feel good about their futures. It'll probably be before that, to where I'm like, okay, I think we've taken our lashing now, we can come out the closet. But yeah, I'm still a little bearish.
All right. I forget what market's open at like 12 o'clock, but we'll see. Satoshi, how you feeling after the show? How you feeling about the market?
I feel like I feel like we're gonna start. I feel like we need to rebound. I feel like we've been down for too long, and we need to kind of rebound and find a new top. Sorry, not a new top, but the top of the range. Like we got to figure out where people will hold Bitcoin to if it keeps going up. Like I feel like we're kind of exhausted on selling Bitcoin. I feel like if the Dixie keeps going down, then risk assets will keep going up. I think that we're going to get an interesting CPI data tomorrow. I'm kind of feeling kind of weird that we're pumping so hard right now before CPI tomorrow, which is, I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign, but it doesn't feel
the
great.
market typically does that, and then it crashes once the data comes out, and like everybody talks and stuff.
Yeah, but that's fine, because we're, I feel like we haven't seen 18 in a while, so we got to be happy about that. So I think that you just still gotta kind of take it week to week and reevaluate how you feel all the time. Take the data in and see. But right now, man, I feel like, ain't no point in keep on, being bearish about too much stuff. Gotta find what you can that you can build on. Like if you're, you think that, the overall market is like, because everyone's talking about firing people, everyone's calling for a recession. It's just like, it's like, okay, if we're going to be in a recession, it's like it's going to happen now, and then after that we're not going to be in a recession anymore. So it's like recession has to be the bottom. Unless, I
feel like all that stuff is like so late, though. Like, not to cut
you.
Like I'm just like,
no,
it's just
100%.
Like everybody was like, because like by time people were like for as an example, the bear market in general for crypto, like by time people were like, oh, we're definitely in a bear market. I'm like, fam, we've been in a bear market for a year. What are you talking about? Like the top was 70,000, like 70,000. Like yeah, we've been in a bear market. What are you talking about? How much longer? It's like it was year 2 of us going down, and people were like, we're in a bear market. Yeah, thanks for that.
So
cool.
yeah, I think
didn't know.
We're at that phase where we've kind of like everyone's kind of, I don't know, if you're in the market, you have taken a beating. So it's like, like how much more of a beating can you take at this point? So what do you think?
Yeah, I'm still pretty bullish. I am
ready to make this money, huh? We getting ready to make this money, huh?
I'm still in the Wick Club. I'm still in the John Wick Club, where I could see it go down. I could see us kind of forming, but I don't know. I don't even know if it's a wick at this point. I'm like, it might be like a gradual work back down. I could see us going up to somewhere around this current level, maybe a little bit higher, and then going back down for a certain amount of months. And then, that would form like would pretty much be like the other side of a W, which would be more bullish though. So not going back down to that, and in terms of Ethereum, $900 range or whatever, and making a reverse off of like something like that. But I could see something like that, but I don't know that I don't know. A large part of me also thinks that we already did that. When I look at current charts, it already looks like a W bottom, and so I'm like, yeah, it looks like we've had two really strong lows already, and a lot of crab eye action into a bull market in the following year would make more sense to me, especially with the Bitcoin halvening being next year. Like usually it's really hard to keep crypto down with a halvening coming up for Bitcoin. Just historically just has not happened. And so people know that there's less Bitcoin. Like what's going to happen? Like, and like if there's like, yeah, and I'm like, if it's, it's cut in half again, I'm like, so wouldn't we maybe have half? I don't know. Thinking of in terms of things leading up to the halvening, maybe we'd have half as much time to kind of prepare for something like that before we started to see that rise. What there being half as many tokens being in it. So that would, just in terms of averages, I'm like, that would mean we're probably starting fairly soon. Next few months, probably need to start that. Otherwise, yeah, the longer people wait, like, just more. I don't know. That's my opinion on it. Generally bullish on the market, bullish on innovations in the market. Being in DeFi land, I just see too many things happening and stuff like that, like the Lido situation, where it's just a different type of innovation on finance, with the Federal Reserve doing a pilot test run of blockchain technology, with Swift Banking doing a test run of blockchain technology, with China having their CBDC out there, with different nation states accepting Bitcoin as their legal currencies recently, like on a month-to-month basis, pretty much. It's just a lot of bullish news for this dollar, like reverse dollar type of situation. This thing that like seems to go up whenever the dollar is going down. I don't know. So that's my opinion. But I'm just, just a trustless DJ. Oh, he said it! He said it! No. Yeah, that's our show for tonight, guys. Thank you for joining us. It's been a good one. Hopefully the market stays bullish, but sometimes it don't. Yeah, that's been it. It's the show Trustless Degens, where we talk about all things insert buzzword here in blockchain. See you guys next time.